Don Carlito, in his unending wisdom, has decided to rat out his peers. The trial happens at the end of the week. Make sure his old friends don't get too close to him at the trial.
So guys, hi, welcome back on Sim UK. This is Sim UK Strategy. This is Rescue HQ. Fantastic game. I'm going to show you everything there is to see in the game. Well, slowly over a period of weeks, because the game actually takes quite a long time to complete. Now, I have to just bring you up to speed with where I am. I have been recording this video for 6.5 hours now. 6.5 hours. The first video was brilliant, but the audio quality was rubbish. So I deleted it, got rid of it, started again. I recorded the first episode, which hopefully you guys have watched, went away to check the video quality, realized that my head, the camera, was covering quite a lot of the important stuff in the bottom left hand corner, so I moved the camera. In doing that, I knocked out something very important in the recording software I use. Realis Action has this bug. It's a logic bug. It's been there for a long time. I keep telling them about it, they're not fixing it, and it tripped me up. And yes, I recorded a whole host of episodes, and none of it had any microphone audio. Not a single sausage. So I'm absolutely shattered right now. I have gone through the beginning mission on this game 3 times today, and I'm absolutely exhausted. So I apologise. I've gone away. I've had a cup of tea. I've had a sandwich because I haven't eaten today. And okay, the energy levels are coming back up a little bit, and we're gonna try again. Third time lucky, as they say. So, what's just popped up, and I'm going to be completely lost now because I don't know what I have said and what I haven't said. So apologies for any rambling. This has just popped up, the Mafia Boss trial. Now, basically, there's a trial on. We need to provide armoured police escort, 8 members of police force, in order to ensure nothing goes wrong during that trial. That is our mission. So in order to complete that, we need to use our reputation points. My God, look at this. I've got no reputation points whatsoever. We need to use our reputation points in order to unlock stuff. Now, as you progress in the game, new items and objects will become available to you that you can unlock. But my recommendation is that you don't waste your XP points, because, I mean, look down here, for example. We need to have 200 reputation points in order to complete this immediate demand that we have. Now, if I get 250 reputation points and then go and buy a whole bunch of stuff, complete the mission, it won't complete, because you need to build the refrigerator, build the beds, and then have 200 reputation points, not in any order. That is the last thing you have to achieve. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this for a 3rd time today. Right, now what I did earlier is I had a corridor coming down this way, because I expanded the hospital down this way, the police station this way, and it worked pretty well. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to stick with that system. What I might do is put the bedroom over here. I can't remember what I had over here. I'm going to put the bedroom here. Probably doesn't need to be that big. Oh, we'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. So we're going to go for the bedroom. We'll stick in the door just there. And we're going to put some beds in. Now, as I say, later on in the game, you can unlock bunk beds, which means you can get an awful lot more people in this area. Than we currently can. So you can double the amount of people that can sleep here without having to expand the building. So that's that done. I didn't need to put in that many, but you know, I'm thinking ahead. And now this is annoying because I don't know what I have and haven't said at this point. So you've got 3 emergency services. You've got fire, police, and medical services. They share some services, some facilities like bedrooms, and in fact, sorry, I'm going to sell you, and you. Going to move you there, and I'm going to make the corridor go across there. The building tools in this game are absolutely superb. Really, really awesomely good, by the way. So yeah, they all need to be connected. So the police over here need access to the toilets, so do the medical staff and the fire staff. It all has to be connected. Incidentally, these arrows here indicate that that's where vehicles need to be placed in order to get out onto the road. So my recommendation again is to make sure that all the front area consists of garage space. Now you can see I can only build out as far as here. That's because we don't own this area here. Once we've completed this current mission that we're doing, it will unlock and we can buy it for 45,000, which is very expensive. But once we complete this mission, we'll be able to buy this side, which is 13,500. I've already done this twice today, so apologies if I kind of blast my way through it a tad. Hiring employees, you can hire them in the day or in the evening shift. You can change it around. It is possible to swap them around, but to get to the screen that allows you to do that, I can only seemingly get there at the end of a quarter. I'll explain that when we get there, which will be quite some time from now, I'm telling you. Right, I've already got a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do. I'm going to expand the office space here, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that space yet. We'll leave that as is. Police department's going to go in here, so we're going to have a utility area expansion just there. That's going to become the holding cell for the prisoners, and lots more, lots more to do. Right, let's get this done. Let's build the kitchen. In fact, I might, where should I put the kitchen? Toilets are there. Let's make this the kitchen. Do kitchen. We don't need it to be too big at the moment, because the kitchen facilities that we have at this point in the game pretty limited at best. You can see nobody can get in there, so we'll just whack a door in. That's the refrigerator's done. We've done the bed. Oh, we got it paused. That's why. That's why nothing is progressing. Right. So these two things will be done very quickly. I'll just speed that up. Apologies. Dong. Now you can see people can train. They can sleep. There we go. So now we need 200 XP. We've just gained 50. And off completing that mission, so we've got 50 reputation here. What we need is to repair this vehicle, because it's every time you use it, it gets a little bit damaged, so it's being maintained technically. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this fire engine this side, and I've just realised I don't have a door. Symmetrical? Yes, it is. My God, it's like deja vu. Everything I do is deja vu at the moment. I didn't do that earlier. I've just thought of doing that, and I think it's a good idea. But moving on, yes, I'm going to buy an additional vehicle, because as you've seen, hopefully, when you go and attend a fire, you send out your vehicles and your staff. That's a shift change, by the way. You send out your vehicles and your staff, and they are then no longer available to you. So what you need to have pretty quickly is a second vehicle. Now I'm going to go for the LF10 again, because they hold 9 people. And when you've got new rookie people, you can say you've got a mission that needs 4 firefighters. You can send out 4 firefighters, complete the mission, but then you can also chuck in another 5, because there's 9 seats. You can chuck in another 5 firefighters who have no experience, and they will gain experience by being at that fire event, technically. In addition to that, I'm also going to buy one of these, the DLK. This is the extending ladder variant required for getting pigeons out of...
The celebrations are about to start. Be ready to respond.
Okay, this is the holiday event. So yes, the for getting pigeons out of like air ventilation systems. Now you'll notice that this one is 1 square longer than the others, and it's important that you leave a square behind it so that people can still get around it. Otherwise, they won't be able to. Obviously. Right, so we've got 3 fire engines in there now. Trying to get myself back into the game where we are. What we're focusing on at the moment is getting our reputation up, but also saving our reputation points so that we can buy the SWAT team and a armoured vehicle, armoured van that needs to be available to complete that mission. So that's what this side is going to be. This is going to be the police department this side. But I can't do that until I've completed this. So we are kind of awaiting missions to come in, technically, I suppose, at this point of the game. So I think you agree it looks pretty nice, actually. Especially when you get up close. I think there's a lot of detail here that you might not necessarily see straight away. Have I explained this to you guys? I can't remember. I think I did go into quite some detail, didn't I? So the air tanks, we need one. We need an LF10. So we're going to send him out, him out. You can see we've got 3 rookies here. So I'm going to send those as well. It's 100% dispatch. And when they come back from this mission, they'll have ranked up, I expect, or very nearly ranked up. And then they themselves will be firefighters. So when you look at a firefight, you know, an event, what you'll find is that you need to have a certain number of skill points ticked off, and they'll now contribute to that skill point accumulation. That's how it works. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Sorry. I've been doing this for 6 hours. I'm absolutely exhausted. Right. New mission coming in. We see we need 4 air tanks. I'm going to show you something with the air tanks in a second. Trainee, 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 trainee. That's the 5. And now you can see they've ranked up. So these are now, these guys don't need to go because they are now fully ranked up. This bit is still confusing me. Why they've got rookie things here. I think it's because they don't have the correct training facilities available to them. Maybe. Not 1,000,000% sure that that's the case, but something like that. Let's hire somebody in the evening so that we've got 8 and 8. I think what I might do is just move these ever so slightly. Shift change. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now we can get more stuff in there. That room was being sort of vastly underutilized. So yeah, okay, good. We can get more stuff in there now. We haven't yet unlocked any training stuff. All we have is the water hauling training facility, but a lot more to come, a lot more to come. So we're so close, 190 of 200. Our next mission, I am sure, will take us over the brink, and we'll be then able to start building the police department on this side. What I'm going to do, because I've already done this, like I say, twice today, is I'm going to extend this wall. And I'm going to leave a gap. I'm going to leave a gap. I don't need to leave a gap, but I'm going to leave a gap so that they can walk either side. So we're going to have the fire department lockers and the police department lockers all in the same room. Oh, here we go. 2 missions at the same time. So 1 air tank, 1 LF10. Now you can see 2 missions came in at the same time. If I didn't have that second LF10 and that DLK, I'd be in trouble. They both got 1 hour and 23 minutes in order to respond to. I wouldn't be able to do it. It would be impossible. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 for this mission, and that's 100% completed. Now if I go here, I can see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know I can complete that. Oh no, it's taken off all my settings. Bit of a shame. That's something I'd like to see them change, actually. I think when you've got 2 missions like that in a row, if you set this up and you're like, right, okay, I want to send that out like that, then when you switch over to the other one to see what requirements there are there, so that you can really balance out your management, I'd like it to retain these settings. So it would keep these ones, I'll pretend I don't do that, and then when I click on this one, they would then be sort of not on emergency, but held for emergency, so that you can kind of get an idea of whether or not you can actually accommodate all the requirements for the mission. But in this case, we have exactly the right number of people and plenty of air tanks, which incidentally are here. So whilst they're all off and there's nobody in the building, we are now down by... Oh, in fact, it looks like they've replaced them already. If they took, say, 6 of those and left, then those 6 would remain unreplenished until they came back and somebody stood here and repaired or refilled them. So that's how that works. It's really nice. It's really detailed, good game. I really like it. Really impressed with it. So it's pretty quiet, isn't it? Everybody gone. There's no noise in the station. But they have come back, and now
the
we
common
have
area is complete. Terrific.
achieved it.
Don't forget to add on to those spaces as your team grows.
So, now, I'll tell you what, this is interesting because...
Time to build the police department. Those City Hall fools really allow private police to hold suspects. Now, you better build holding cells and have some police crew ready for processing. Let's set up a basic precinct so our people can go out and fight crime.
Okay, I'm going to pause just for a second so I can explain this to you. Now, I was telling you earlier about how when you've got these missions to complete here, these are your immediate missions. When you've got them, you have to have the reputation completed at the end. So you have to tick them all off and then have that. Now, what's interesting is because we had so many points come in, we hit 200 and then immediately went past 300, which is the achievement for this mission. So I think this is how it's meant to work, but it only seems to work in that instance. As the mission was coming up, we'd already completed it. It kind of ticked both off at the same time and it allowed it through. So maybe there's a logic bug there. I'm not entirely sure, but that's never happened before. So it was worth mentioning, I hope. Anyway, we are now going to progress once we've dealt with this mission, of course, and start building the police department. So first thing we're going to need over here, let's start in the office actually, because there's a lot of stuff here. This is the police hiring station, exactly the same as the fire station hiring, and we'll try and take up as little space as we can, but whilst keeping things looking nice. Now, the whole police aspect expands astronomically. There is so much stuff to deal with. So this is a paperwork storage. I'm going to unlock it, and it's free. And I'm going to place it there. And then we also have a policing desk, which I'm going to unlock. If I get that out of the way, I'm going to pop it there. Now, did I unlock an extra thing there? Yes, I did. Here it comes. So this is a file storage, which again is free. You unlock it by getting to a certain place in the game. Okay, so now let me very quickly take you through this. Bearing in mind I've already done this 3 times today, so I might miss things, and I apologise if I do. So, we will build a holding cell. So we'll get criminals, we'll bring them here, they'll sit in the cell, and when they're in the cell, or rather before they're in the cell, this desk here will process them and put them in the cell. When they're in the cell, that will create paperwork. Paperwork will be handed to the police officer desk, who will then create a case, the file storage. That will then be passed on to an inspector, who will have a whole host of other features available to him, including an evidence room, which is a big cage that gets locked and nobody can have access to. It escalates quite quickly, but yes, that's why we have all this extra office space here, because this is going to get filled up jolly quickly, let me tell you that much. Okay, we'll progress the game because it's always good that we're making progress forwards. We need some police lockers, otherwise we'll have no policemen. So we'll go to utility. We'll unlock the police lockers, or we'll have to deal with this quick, because this one's a very short response time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and get these guys ranked up as quick as possible. Go back, utility, police officer.
The holiday is almost over. We'll see it through.
Thank you, Mayor, for interrupting me again. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll rotate it around, and I'm going to put 6 this side. Now, the reason why I've put 12 in there is because we need to have 8 officers available on the day for the Mafia mission. So 12 is more than we need, but it's always good to think ahead, isn't it? So that's why I've done that many. One thing I wanted to do here is just put a door in, so that the police can come straight through and into here. Now, what are they going to come into here for? That's correct, vehicles. So, we can unlock a police cruiser. Doesn't cost us anything, but it's not the most effective vehicle. But, you know, it's better to have it than not. In fact, I tell you what, I might, whilst we're here, I might go for 2. I think I'm going to go for 2. They're 8,000 a pop. What we need we need a police cruiser. We're going to unlock this in a second. But what we need is an armoured van, which can hold 8 officers. But we need to unlock that first before we get to it. When we do unlock it, though, that is what we'll use for that mission. So we have to make sure we don't send that vehicle out on another mission when we need it for this mission. It gets very involved, this game, I can tell you. Do we yet have... No, we don't yet have... I'm not wasting our star points unlocking that stuff just yet.
There you go.
Here we go.
Enforcement is up and running. Now it's time we finish some business. Alas, I talk too much. Prepare the armed police for a mafia boss trial.
So we need SWAT, which is going to cost us 500 XP reputation points in order to complete that. So guys, I'm going to wrap this episode up there. Hopefully you're seeing that the game is progressing quite nicely. You can see, oh my god, look, this vehicle is in quite a state. So that is now not operational because it's red. That's very bad for us. I'm going to need to get that fixed straight away. But that's all going to happen in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I do apologise for the speed at which I'm going through this now. But after doing it 3 times, 6 hours, I'm pretty tired. And yeah, I'm trying to get it done so that I can edit it and get it up onto the video. And start thinking about other projects and other things that need to be done. So let me know in the comments section how you're finding things. Anything you think I'm missing, let me know and I'll get to it as quickly as I can. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and goodbye for now.